right, guys, today we have a PSA submission return. That's right, not the first one I sent, but hey, it's the first one back out of the three, so we're going to go ahead and check out what we got for the grades on this PSA submission return. All right, guys, I'm Eddie with Northwoods Collectors, and today we are going to be checking out a PSA submission that just got returned today. I want to crack into this one, check out what we got. Oddly enough, this is not the first one I sent. This is actually the third submission I sent, and it beat the other two from February. So yeah, I know PSA can be weird that way, that submissions sometimes happen, but just kind of weird. This one was actually about 2 weeks behind the other two. And yeah, it beat it, but that's okay. These ones actually have the two Lugia V alternate arts inside of it, so I was kind of excited to get this one back anyways. I have not looked at these grades, so hopefully we can check out and get some really good grades on these cards. I'm hoping a lot of 9s and 10s, of course, would be the preferable grades on these particular cards. So guys, if you're new here, hit that subscribe, hit that notify, and as always, hit that like button. Once again, this is going to be a graded card investment. By putting these out, sending them out, my overall intention with pretty much all these cards is to sell them here in the near future. There was one card in here, two cards that are in here that I actually did for a personal submission that I did want from my collection. So hopefully they turn out well. One, of course, was the Flareon alternate art from the premium collection box. Was hoping for that one to come back at a really good grade, hopefully a 10, but I mean, I'd be happy even with a 9 at it. It wasn't exactly the best centering, and I wasn't going to sit there and open a ton of them. I just wanted to get it for my Flareon collection. It was one of the cards I was missing. So as you know, slowly I am collecting a Flareon collection piece by piece, trying to get all PSA cards in that. So without further ado, before I open that off the screen, let me switch down to the bottom screen. And here you go. So this is going to be a PSA submission. Once again, typical. I don't know if everybody gets anything back from PSA or anything through shipping. It's always dinged up, so hopefully it's packaged well inside. As you heard me, I was just starting to kind of peel this back, but I'm going to go ahead and pull back the tape now all the way, and we're going to go ahead and open this up. I don't know how many people that watch the channel have done PSA submissions in the past, but overall, it's not too bad. Just sometimes weird that, especially recently, more and more of these submissions seem to, kind of cross each other. So I had two that I submitted in mid-February, and this one, or end of February, beginning of March, and then I had, there's nothing else in there, but of course the receipt. And I had one that was submitted at the March 17th. So it was almost 2.5 weeks behind the other ones. And the submission that I set, this is actually the March's submission. So once again, really interesting that we would see them cross, but it happens. It is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and check out the grades on these. There's some Crown Zenith in here. There's of course the Lugia V's in this particular submission. There's also a couple Flareon card, or one Flareon card, and then some other Radiant cards that I want to try and get graded, try and get sets for sales. I was going to try and sell them as 3 sets, PSA 10s or 9s. Hopefully I can get some congruent sets to be able to sell of the Radiant collection cards from Pokemon Go. Of course, that's going to be your Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. So right away, we're going to go ahead and grab the first one, which is going to be this one. Okay, so this is the Radiant Charizard from Crown Zenith. This is the only one I had of this particular card. Overall, I thought the centering was a little bit off. I was hoping for at least a 9 on this one. I was hoping for no 8s, but once again, happens. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at what we got in this one. Well, we got a 9. I'm okay with a 9 on that one. Like I said, I knew the centering was a little bit off. The back was centered really well, but the front was a little bit off. But overall, I was expecting a 9 overall. These are all cards that Jacob and I have pulled. So once again, there's just the pull cards that we were having fun with the sets, and we decided to send them out. So overall, I don't know what they're going for. I will put that right below my face here on the screen. But so that's going to be the first one we have coming through on PSA submission. Next one we're going to be going for here is going to be one of the first Lugias. Now, I had really good hopes that we were probably going to have one with a 10 and one with a 9. Overall, the centering of one of them was a little bit off, more top to bottom than the other one. There was no real whitening, no issues like that. So I was really hoping for at least 110 and 19, but we'll check out and see what we get. So this is going to be, I know this one is the furthest off center. So centering is a little bit off from top to bottom, and we got a 9. So there you go. That gives me really good hopes on the other one where the centering was actually really good on that one. So you can see this one's a little bit off. I knew that. I was hoping for at least a 9 on this one. So once again, really excited with that one in particularly. So we got a nice 9 on that one. We're going to go ahead and go to the next one. So here's the other Lugia. And as you can see, even by looking at it, top to bottom centering is really a lot better. Looking at it on the back, a lot better. Maybe a little bit off from top to bottom, not anything crazy. Overall, the card itself was in really good shape. I was actually hoping this one had the best potential getting a 10. With the other one getting a 9, that really gives me some really good hope. So we're going to go ahead and check this one out real quick and see. What do we get? An 8. How did the one with better centering? That is, I mean, I knew that the back was a little bit further off than the front, but not. I would have suspected a 9. Why did this one get an 8? This is the one thing I don't like about PSA. No subgrades doesn't tell me where the issue is, right? Maybe it's not the centering. Maybe I'm looking at, maybe they saw something that I'm not seeing. Overall, edges were really clean on this one. There's no whitening on the corners. Edges are back. Corners were cut really good. So, kind of disappointing on that one, especially since I thought that one was the better one of the two, with the centering being better on that particular card. But all right, we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to go with this one, which is going to be, okay, this is the Zero Aura V-Star from, once again, Crown Zenith. I was hoping for some really good on this one. Centering was really good. Everything was really good positioning on this one. Once again, even back centering, everything was dead on. We got a 10 on that one. So perfect. That's what I was hoping for on that one. Got a 10. Moving on to the next one. We're going to go ahead. This is the Zacian V. Once again, I kind of like the Zacian line, getting the Zamazenta and Zacian, so I sent them both out for grading once again. Looking at the potential for a set sale versus just an individual card. Sometimes you can get a little bit more premium for having 2 10s or 2 9s of a specific card and being able to sell them as a group. Overall, this one looked really clean. Once again, I was expecting a 10 on this one, no less than a 9. And we got a 10. So there we go. We got our first 10 coming out of that one for the Zacian. Awesome. Nice to see a 10 on that one. And once again, the prices will be down below me. I don't know what they are right now off the top of my head. I figured I'd open them before I start putting pricing up here. So here we go. Here we go. The complimentary. We're going to have the Zamazenta V right from Crown Zenith. And of course, this one's from the Galarian Gallery. We're going to end up with this one being a 10 also. So there you go. We got a set. So you got the legendaries from Sword and Shield from the Crown Zenith line in both Gem Mint 10. So once again, I like getting sets like that. It makes it a little bit more of a bonus set for someone who's trying to collect the legendaries from that particular set of Sword and Shield, being able to get that. So once again, PSA submission, not doing too bad. Now, this is one of them that I was really hoping for something good. Centering was actually fairly good. This corner here had a little bit of damage, which concerned me that could drop it to a 6. Or I might end up with an 8, a 7, and 8 on this one. Like I said, I was hoping for the best on a 9 on this one with the damage in that corner. It's more of just a glint, and it's really hard to tell if it's damaged, really. But overall, it does show up. So I'm expecting this one probably be an 8 is kind of what my hopes were on this one. But we're going to check it out. A 10. So the Lugia got an 8, but a Flareon with a little bit of edge goofiness there got a 10. Huh. This is like, once again, I hate not having subgrades in some of these cards on PSA because I don't know where to even look. Overall, it was a clean card, nicely centered. It was just that edge. And you can definitely see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can see this edge right here has that glint on it where it actually has like the foil a little bit rolled wrong. But apparently it's good enough for a 10, but the other Lugia wasn't. So just interesting how grading sometimes go. This was a Mew. Once again, this is just kind of Jacob wanted this particular card from Crown Zenith. Cool Mew card. I do enjoy this one. I think it was a really nice Mew card in general. That was not there before. Apparently, it's got a little white speck on the corner. So we'll see here. We got an 8. Well, yeah, I mean, if there's a white speck on it now, then that would definitely tell you that that's going to get an 8. But once again, I do like the card. I like the art. This is a really cool artwork from Crown Zenith. We're going to go ahead and check out the next one, which is, of course, the Radiant from Silver Tempest. I just like Alakazam because my first deck playing was an Alakazam deck. So, once again, just kind of cool going back to a base set deck that I actually played in tournaments, and seeing this as a Radiant card was definitely a lot of fun to get it. Hopefully, get an 8 or 10 on this one would be great. There you go, got a 10 on that one. Centering was really good. Everything was really clean on this card. I had really good hopes for that one to be a 10. So, once again, very nice to get a Gem Mint 10 on that particular card. Gonna go ahead and go with this. So this one was a Radiant Eevee out of the premium box. That's where this actually Matt came from, and I just sent in the card to get a promo. Once again, Flareon Eevee collection. I like this Radiant Eevee. Overall centering was really good. There was no real damage or anything on it, so go ahead and see. We got a 9. I was actually hoping for a little bit better, but it is just a tiny bit off center, kind of shifted up just a hair, not that much, but a little bit off. I'll give it to him on that one. Well, on this one, so here's a Radiant Venusaur. Once again, that Pokemon Go Radiant collection. I was hoping for 10s, but these should come back no lower than 9. So we're going to check out the Radiant Venusaur. Is going to start out with an 8, or a 9, so that's not bad. Take a 9 on that one. We're going to go ahead to the next one. So this is going to be our Blastoise. So once again, that Radiant collection from Pokemon Go, the starter pack, we got the Blastoise, and I got a 10. All right, but I know there's 2 Blastoises in here. So we got 2 Blastoises. So here's our Radiant Charizard. Once again, from Pokemon Go, checking this one out, we got a 9, so there's another 9 on that one. So the last one must be the last Blastoise, which of course it is. There you go. There's your last Blastoise from Pokemon Go. Hopefully we can get we got another 9. So there you go. I have got a full set of starters in the PSA 9. So once again, guys, it was just fun to try and send these in. Once again, just sending them in, having fun, seeing what we could do for those. Overall, this is an investment plan. Most of these will be sold at Flareon, and the Eevee and the Mew are the only 3 out of the 14 cards that we're saving. Otherwise, everything else is going to go up for sale here to see how well we can do with the grading. Most of these cards, like I said, the Eevee and all those were just pulled. These were pulls from cards, extras. The Radiant cards were definitely the better ones. The other ones are just binder pulls for Pokemon Go, so those were the extra ones. I do have a couple more that I'm going to be sending on the next submission. And then, of course, we got that Crown Zenith Charizard, that Radiant Charizard from Crown Zenith, which personally to me was the better one of them. So maybe I'll sell all 4 of them as a set so you can get the starter pack, one with the Crown Zenith Charizard with the 3 Pokemon Go starters. So once again, there's some different options. There's some different opportunities that Zamazenta V and Zacian V give you a set of the legendaries from Sword and Shield. We get the starter pack with the Radiant cards from Pokemon Go, and then of course Crown Zenith bonus. Really happy with that Flareon V alternate art. Definitely was excited to get that as a 10. I had no expectation that was going to do it, but I'm very disappointed with that Lugia coming in at an 8. Better centering, overall better quality of a card, but yet it comes in with an 8. And without that subgrade, I don't know if there's a defect that they were seeing that I'm not seeing under black light or regular light, and there's no whitening, there's no edges, problems with the corners, but yet we get that low grade, so we don't know exactly where that low grade's coming from, which is a very big downside to PSA. I like the overall sellability of PSA. That's why I'm doing these grading through PSA, and of course the collectability with, of course, their online collections and things like that you can work with like my Flareon collection and trying to build that up. But overall, sometimes it's really difficult to know where the card went wrong. And it's just one of them situations where I'm kind of disappointed that the card with worse centering got a better grade than the card with better centering and no whitening on it. So equivalently, they looked really comparable when it came down to this PSA submission, that those 2 Lugias were very comparable, except for the one had better centering and the one's off. So I don't know what you can do about it. Overall, I could probably maybe crack it and resubmit it. Maybe get another good grouping of cards that I want to send out and see what we can pull off if we resubmit these in. But right now, I'll make a decision on that one and find out. If not, I might just put it for sale and see what I can get. Overall, it was pulled. I pulled it myself. Maybe I'll keep the 9 back and sell the 8. Probably not going to be any value from raw to the 8 in the Lugia V. But still, someone might have a nice little slab or be able to open it, maybe grade it themselves. So once again, guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for stopping in on the video. Sorry that I have not been too involved into the Pokemon TCG right now. I've just been really busy with the farm, trying to get everything planted and get everything done here in the spring. Next couple weeks here, I plan on doing some lives. I'm also working on getting back onto the Choose Your Path series. So if you do like that Choose Your Path podcast, that will be kicking off here shortly. Setting up with getting going with Professor Oak to try and get that going. We also have Pokemon Classics that we're working on getting, and I'm also going to start talking to a couple other people to see if we can get in line to continue that series. I do like that series. I do like the way that the information comes across, and it gives people a path for where they may want to go into the hobby and where direction that might be best for them. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this is a good PSA submission. As more come through, we'll do a couple more videos like this here and there. I also got a mystery box from Professor Oak. All I did is open a top and I saw what was inside of it, and there's some packs and stuff, and we'll be opening that here. Jacob's going to join me. We're going to check that out too. So we'll find out what's inside of there, and hopefully we can get some good stuff out of that one too. So thank you, Professor Oak. If you are new to him and have not met him, definitely check out the link below for his channel and also join his Discord. His Discord has got a lot of good information, a lot of good people on there with some good discussions. So overall, guys, thank you guys for joining me. And as always, if you do like this content, check out these two videos that'll be up next to me. We will see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.